this is it and I want to go for it, and how you took the strength to believe in your way.
You know, it's a long story.
Yeah. So I have
it's a life story. I mean, when we want to be a director, and in my case, you know, it started really when I was really young. And I knew that I really want to do something in like show. So I went to the school circus in France. So I used to be doing everything, you know, everything you can do in a circus. At the age of 7, 8. In France, it was a school circus by Annie Fratellini and Pierre Tex. Pierre Tex is a filmmaker as well. He used to be like assistant for Jacques Tati. If you know, this great French director. And Pierre Tex is a great and amazing French director as well. And he showed me some, I mean, through this guy, you know, I passed from the circus world to the cinema world. I mean, he showed me like some films he did, and he was working with Fellini as well, and I saw some amazing film on circus.
With Fellini?
And yeah.
Okay, good.
Fellini, the clowns, he was in it. And so I passed from this kind of circus world to the film industry and film movies, and I was fascinated by movies at the age of 12, 13, you know. So I say I really want to do this kind of job, you know. I want to be a director, but I was too young at the age of 12 and 13, you know, to direct film. So I say maybe there is a way to approach this kind of world is to work as an actor, as a young actor, you know, because my family is not at all involved in this business. So I had nobody to refer, you know, to trying to start this business. So I said, okay, I'm going to try to act in some movies, you know, to meet people and to like this, you know, to get some contacts. That's what I did. When I was 13, 14, 15, you know, I acted on TV movies and commercial and stuff, just to get some contacts. And then after, at 17, 18, I went to the university in France to learn cinema, but you are more like, it's more analysis of film and stuff like that, more than just practical. And 2 years after, I started working as an AD, assistant director, on films. And I did it for like 10 years, 12 years, till 2000. And in 2000 I said, okay, my dream was to be a director, so I had to stop being an AD and trying to do my own films. And so I started doing some short film, and then I did a documentary, a feature film documentary in Colombia. And then the first feature, Johnny Mad Dog, in 2008. And then this one, back 2012. So it's a short resume of the way.
Yeah, it sounds all very easy and very straight, but you had some moments, some tests that you go for it, that you still go for it, and some person who said, you know, a lot of things, yeah, you're a new director. You know, so
you have to keep your goal in mind, you know, and to say, okay, I want to do this, and focus on this, and I don't care about what people say. I will accomplish this goal. You know? That's, you have to keep always in mind, because you have always people telling you, oh, you don't have to do this, or you have to do this, or you have to be like this in a society. You have to get married, you have to get kids, and sometimes you have to do sacrifice as well if you want to do what really you want to do. So that's it, but it's a way of, I mean, the most important is to stay free and to do whatever you want to do, you know. And I'm trying to keep this goal to stay free and to do my films and do whatever I like, only, you know, and not taking care of what people say.
Yeah, that sounds easy too.
That's easy, I mean.
No, because some people, it's need courage. Some people, they say, no, I have my job, I have my money, and so I can buy these things I need. And in this zone, in the safe zone, and they have dreams to do, what you do, or music, or other creative things, but they are not, maybe are not strong enough. So how do you?
I don't know. It's
took this energy, this love.
Yeah, just the passion of the work, really. I would like to do this, And in the same way, I don't know if I'm going to do like 10 films or 15 films, or if I'm going to stop, after this one. I don't really care. I mean, my goal was to do one film, a feature film. So the first one was Johnny Mad Dog. After the shooting, I said, okay, if nobody liked the film, I'm going to stop and do another job. I don't care, and I don't want to be focused if it doesn't work. The first one was quite well, so I said, okay, I'm going to do a second one. We'll see what's going on with this one, maybe a third one. But yeah, if I didn't like anymore, I would stop and doing another job. I think. Just trying to be free and do what I like to do. Because life is short, so we have to enjoy. And at the same time, I don't have family, I don't have kids. It's a different way of living, different life. That you need to make choice in your own stuff. I couldn't have a family and kids. For me, I mean, people can, but I couldn't. I'm the type of family, kids, and whatever, and doing my job at the same time as I'm doing the job. I like going different countries, staying for months, and doing a film with this country, these people, whatever. So it requires a kind of freedom to do this.
Then you feel at home.
Yeah, even financially, I mean, if you have a family, sometimes you have to stop to make money and not waiting for the film you really want to do.
So, can you say you, at this moment now, regret something?
No, I don't regret. No, I'm really happy of what I'm doing,
That's great.
So, we'll see what's going to be the future. But
and you had always enough money and earn enough money to live?
Yeah, because I don't have family, that's the main point. If I had kids and whatever, maybe I won't have enough money to wait until the next film, alone, you I can have enough money to live.
And have you ever had another job?
No. I'm an assistant director, and that's it, I'm the director.
Okay.
The next one.
That's great, that's really good. And let's talk about your last movie. Tell me how you, why you did this movie and how you handled all these creative processes and how you become creative. So I know it's a lot of questions.
How we start the process? I mean, the beginning of this film was the producer, Victorien Vanet, who came with the book. And he said, do you want to adapt this book? I have the rights of the book. Are you interested in making a film based on this book? So I read the book and I said, yeah, there's something really interesting. It's called Viens là que je te tue ma belle in French. Come here, I'm gonna kill you, baby. And it's a book by Boris Bergman. Boris wrote this book when he was 15 years old. Now he's 20, 21, so they released the book like 5-6 years ago. And I think in this book there is an energy of a teenager, stuff I really like. And I say, yeah, we have to do a film about the book. It has to be independent film, low budget, and this kind of stuff, because we don't need a lot of money to do this film. It's better to keep the freedom to do the film as we want to do for less of money. So we did a low budget film and trying to do this film as a journey, as an experience, as spending times and months, with kids. We went to school to do the film, abandoned school in Paris. We were living with the kids, the punk kids, and Paul, who is doing the main character in the film. And we spent months to rehearse and to prepare and to rewrite the script. And for me to know more about these punk kids, how they lived, going with them at the concert, the punk concert, them singing in France. So it was kind of amazing because suddenly you spend like 6 months of your life with people you know before, and you learn a lot about these people as well. And that's why I love to do this job as well, to meet people you have no idea, and suddenly you share their own life, daily life, and you have to try to recreate this for the audience on screen in a film.
And have been there some crises?
Some crisis?
Yeah.
Always, you know, like in a group, you know, there is always sometimes it doesn't work, sometimes it works, sometimes fighting, shouting, or whatever. But that's life at the same time, you know.
But how you can in this moment? Yeah, how you feel in this moment? You can everything cut it off and get angry, or?
No, because it's like a family. We had a really good relationship, everybody together, you know. It was kind of cool. So sometimes it's not always cool, you know. But that's part of the family, you know, like in a family sometimes, you know, like it's fighting between children and parents or whatever, but everybody love each other, so at the end it's okay.
Okay, good. And when you got this book, how you know that it's okay, when you make the decision, okay, that could be something that could work? How you feel that, how you make this decision?
You feel, I mean, it's more like the feeling. You read the book, you say, okay, I'm interested in doing this, telling this story, because it's like a teenager. Wasn't that far from the last film I did before, and I thought like, yeah, there was something interesting between the music and the teenager and this kind of energy at this age, you know, when you try to find who you are, you try to build, construct your own identity, to be somebody. So I think it was interesting trying to take the book, keeping what we like in the book, you know, and then doing a film based on this kind of rage who was in the book, you know. It was really, this book, I think Boris wrote this book with a kind of rage. And he wrote this book because he had to write this book for his own life, you know. And I think you feel this when you read the book. So for me, that's what was interesting in the book as well, you know.
How you work with an actor? How you work with this actor?
With the actors?
Yeah.
In different ways, you know. With Paul, we were really close. So it was important to live together and to talk together and to spend time, you know. I really love like living with actors and not just having the actor in the morning and in the evening and just shooting for one day. Yeah. That's what I did in Iberia with the child soldiers for my last film. We had a house, we spent like a year together, living together, and I really like this. It was the same with the punks and Paul in this film. We were living together in this abandoned school. And I think it's a way of working with them. Then I have somebody, Karine, she's a coach. So she worked a lot with the punks for them to be comfortable in front of the camera. Because it was the first time, you know, and it's not so easy being like comfortable in front of the camera. So she worked a lot with them, you know, every day, doing some improvisation and games and stuff, you know, just to be used to the camera. And then on set there's as well a lot of improvisation. I mean, before, in this school, when we were living, we did some improvisation, you know, about the script, and to be real, I mean, to be close to these guys who are punk, and who are like between 16 and 20, you know, and older, I'm not punk anymore, so you have to work with them, for them to trying to portray exactly and realistically how it is, you know.
Would you have been a punk?
I mean, this music, I haven't been, because I cannot make a mohawk with my hair, you know.
Really?
But I really love at this age, you know, I was born in '68, so in the '80s, you know, it was really the punk generation. Yeah. We had a lot of punk around, and I like the energy and the ideology of the punk, the political message and the fuck of the society, all this kind of stuff that I really like. So I'm really close to the punk scene in a way, and that's why I choose like punk to be in the film, because first it was more like the baby rockers, kids playing rock and roll, and I changed this in the book by a punk band.
So it means maybe that you do projects you can identify you if we're close. So could you do something that was totally different?
You can do something totally different. I think for me the job of director is more like trying to understand the situation. So it could have been the child soldiers in Liberia. I'm not black, I'm not a teenager. It could be to understand the punk, you know, in Paris in 2012. And then you have to translate. You're just here to try to see, to understand, and then to translate into a film what you've seen. That's what interests me. I mean, that's why I think the films are in between documentary and fiction.
Yeah.
Most of the time, you know, people say it's a documentary. I say, no, it's not a documentary, but it's close to the reality. Because I don't like fake film, you know, fake stories. I don't care. So I like, oh, it's just a story, but you know, so I love that. You know, you see a story, you know, it's fake, but you follow it because it's great. In my case, yeah, I prefer to work on subjects, you know, close to the, based on true stories, or with real people. Like this, you can have, you know, a balance between the reality and the fiction.
Okay. I have so much questions in my head. Okay. One is, what's a good actor?
A good actor for me, it's really an actor who has a strong personality, with a strong character. Even, yeah, I mean, not the one who is working a lot to be a good actor, but more, you have to get something inside first to be a good actor. I mean, your own personality. That's why, for example, in the film, you know, I worked with Beatrice Dahl. She used to be Betty Blue, you know, when she was very young, and she has this kind of strong personality. She's great. I mean, in the real life, she's somebody like unique. So she's interesting to film because she has this kind of stuff. You say, okay, wow, she could be, I mean, she's amazing. And I like this in actors, being amazing in the real life, in different ways. I mean, these punks, I really like them in the real life. I mean, there's something strong, you know. And being a punk, like they wear like all the clothes they wear, whatever, means something. I mean, they are not like just like everybody. They are unique, you know, in their way.
They have a message.
They have a message. They want to carry something. I mean, being like this, you know, when you walk with them in the street, everybody notices. Some are afraid. Some say, "Well, what's this?" You know, whatever. So it's kind of tough for them because they are like everybody looking at them like monster almost sometimes. And so it's for them, it's to, yeah, to say something. To say, fuck you, you know, we are like this and we don't care. We want to be different. We don't want to be like everybody, you know. And so let us be as we are, you know. And let us defend our music, our culture, our ideas, you know. We don't want to go to the McDonald's. We don't want to take drugs. We don't want to be vegetarian. That's their own way of life, you know.
Yeah, just they did it. They do life. You worked with Robert Pattinson.
I was what?
You worked with Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
So, how it was to work with the star? So.
With him, I think at the same time, I mean, Robert Pattinson, you know, I think I was really interested in Robert because the same, I mean, yes, I think in the real life, he has a great personality, and that's why he's so famous today, and that's why I really like him like this, you know, because he's so unique, and I'm really interested in working with this guy because, and I saw Cosmopolis, for example, his last film. I think he did a great performance, you know, he's amazing in the film, and he's totally different as a real life. At the same time, you believe to this character, I mean, he's amazing. And the character he has to do, you know, in my film, in Mission Blacklist, it's tough character because it's not at all what we can imagine from Bob Pattinson, for what we know about this guy. So it's going to be really interesting. I'm sure it's going to be great because he's really intense and he has this, you know, I know that he's a great actor inside, you know. So I'm really excited working with him on this film, and we're gonna do the same, you know, living in Iraq, you know, doing some rehearsal, and as it's based on a true story, we're gonna work with Eric Maddox, who's the real person on which is best the story, you know. So it's going to be interesting to mix, you know, work with as well Iraqi non-professional actors, because the film is in Iraq, integrate during the war. So I want to the same, you know, being in between fiction and documentary.
So you go on your lines and your borderlines, so you have no problem to go.
On borderlines?
Yeah, you know, on your just, you know, to shoot a movie in Iraq. Yeah.
I think to do a good movie or to do a movie, I think you need to take risk. If you know before, you know, everything. So if you calculate everything, I think we don't know how to do a good movie, you know. So I think it's important to take risk and trying to find different way of making films. Actually, not doing all the same, you know. That's maybe a punk attitude as well, but not doing as everybody is doing, same number of days of shooting, same crew, same kind of set, you know, whatever. No. We have to try to change, you know. It can be like doing a film with 3 people and something with like 100 people in a crew or whatever. I mean, trying to imagine some different stuff, you know, even different way of working with the actors and different way of shooting the film. That's what really interests me, you know. That's why I work so long as an AD as well, trying to say, okay, that's a French film, but we can. It's not the same script, so we have to find a way of doing the film differently, as any film, you know. Even on the way you shoot the film. So going in Iraq, for me, it's really important because it's gonna be like so different. Shooting there as shooting in LA in a studio, for example, even for the actors, and being there and understand how it was, and meeting the Iraqis who are like unique and intense and great people, you know. Understand this culture and everything. I think it's part of the process.
Okay, it sounds great. If someone would come from Hollywood and say, yeah, you can do a blockbuster, would you do it?
Depends which kind of blockbuster. And when you do films, I love, you know, watching like Batman and Spider-Man or whatever. I think it's great. And doing a Batman could be amazing as well as a director, you know.
Too.
But not all the blockbuster. But yeah, I think it's interesting because it's a different way as well to tell a story. I mean, and every film has to be a challenge.
Yeah.
And for me, doing a blockbuster is going to be a challenge.
Okay.
So I won't do any blockbuster. If there's a blockbuster I don't like, I won't do it, you know, just for money. But if something interesting, yeah, it's why not, you know, because it's cool to get some challenges in life.
Okay. So I want to know something. You have a dream of a movie. You want to do it at last of your life. So big. You say it's that, and it's this big project you want to do that you can leave.
What, making movies?
Yeah, so which dream you have of kind of movie you want to do?
It's always to get to know different worlds and different countries and meeting different people. For example, on this film with Pattinson, you know, I spent like 5 weeks in Iraq, living in Saddam Hussein palaces. Okay. And when I was there, I said, wow, I mean, that's why I really love making movies, you know. How could I have been sleeping in Saddam Hussein palaces if I was not director and if I was not working on this film, you know. I've never been maybe to Iraq or whatever. And it was so great to be there and to understand the Iraqis and to meet the Iraqis. And that's why I love to do this film. So the next one will be in Iraq. Maybe after it's going to be another different stuff. You know, we have a project about the AZ Stadium in '85. It's to recreate how this tragedy was in '85, for example, in the football stadium. That's also really interesting. We went to Liverpool to make some researches and to meet the people who were in the stadium during the tragedy. I really love when it's really close to the reality.
Okay, so but you have no idea of a movie you maybe for example you say, okay, the last movie I want to do is 7 hours and it's in Paris.
And the last movie? No,
yeah,
it won't be in Paris. It won't be 7, no, I don't know.
Do you have an idea of this last movie maybe you want to do?
No, I don't know, because every film I say maybe I'm going to stop, I don't know if I'm going to do another film. I mean, now I know that I have Mission Blacklist and in the crowd, these 2 films, then we'll see, you know, maybe I'm going to stop, you know, I'm opening a bar in Brooklyn, maybe I'm going to stay behind my counter, you know, behind my bar, just selling beers and that's it, I will be happy, you know, so I don't know, it's, every film has to be like important in your own life. So I don't know about the last one, maybe this is the last one, who knows.
So, what's your next project? What do you want to do? What are you going to do next?
But the next, the one we are talking about is Mission Blacklist.
This one?
The next film.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And another question back to the movie Punk is, I was surprised how truthful this movie is. Because it's exactly this way. It's gonna happen with you when you're young. That you have, it's so logical, you know, you take drugs and all the time you take a bit more and you have some stress at home and you go out and yeah, he was very alone. I think it's a problem that much young kids, they're just, it's so much happen every day and yeah, they ask themselves, what's going on, and feel so much alone, and I'm very thankful for this movie because it should show every parents and all the people, yeah, that we have a lot of things to do and to reach, and every day it's a fight to grow and to understand in which world we are and at first to understand who we are.
Yeah.
And it's, I want to say a big thank you for this.
Thank you. No, yeah. Thank you for this because yeah, I met some parents as well who told me, yeah, it was really interesting watching the film because sometimes I don't understand my kid, but watching this film, yeah, he pushed me back in this kind of teenagers and stuff, and I understand more, you know, what you can feel inside, you know, this time. 13, 14, 15, 16, you know, it's kind of age. Kind of difficult where you construct everything for the future, you know. So it's really like a moment in your life, really important. If you pass this age, then it's going to be better. And if you can resolve your conflicts and stuff, you know, at this age, who is really conflictual.
Yeah, but this time is so important, and I think you do a very good job as a director because you make this bridge, and it's we want to say thank you.
Thank you. I've tried to do it universal, you know, like to be like teenager, any country, any period of time. It could be in 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s. You don't have like mobile or whatever, but it was more like trying to do a universal story.
Good.
We'll see.
Great.
Thank you.
So you want to say something?
I got no time for our confidence. I'd lose my mind if